School auditorium. We hope that you enjoy tonight's show. At this time, we please ask that you silence all phones and other electronic devices and refrain from using them during the show. We also ask that you refrain from talking, as well as entering or exiting the auditorium during a performance. Such actions disturb other audience members and performers on stage. Ushers are available tonight and are happy to lend assistance with seating, programs, and directions. Food and drink are not allowed in the auditorium, and please remember that Southside High School is a tobacco-free zone. Again, welcome to Southside and enjoy the show.
Hello and good evening. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. But most of all, welcome to the Calvin L. Biddle Auditorium. My name is Zane Smith and I'm a history teacher here at Southside High School, and it is my pleasure this evening to serve as your host for our first ever high school fine arts department Christmas extravaganza. Welcome to the Southside Christmas Spectacular. We are so glad that you could join us tonight, and we are especially pleased to see so many young people tonight in the audience. Tonight you are in for a real treat. Not only do we have performances by some amazingly talented student musicians, but we also have plays and skits, refreshments, and plenty of Christmas cheer to go around. Tonight's program will showcase the talents and hard work of each of Southside High's fine arts programs. We're also pleased to welcome our guest performers from Southside Elementary and John S. Jones Elementary, the Shining Stars and the Joyful Juniors. Tonight, we wish to celebrate with you the gifts of joy, happiness, and childlike wonder that are inspired by this special time of year. Our hope is that you will come away from this show not only entertained, but also delighted and elated by the Christmas spirit. There are so many ways to spread holiday cheer, but none more meaningful than giving back to our community. Tonight we are accepting donations for Toys for Tots, a charitable drive operated by the U.S. Marine Corps League, which collects new toys for our needy families on Christmas. We thank all of those who have brought gifts to help the children of our community. Before we begin, just a few words and guidelines concerning concert etiquette. Please refrain from talking, texting, entering, or exiting the seating area during a performance. Such actions disturb other audience members and distract from the performers on stage. If you find that you need to leave, please do so only in between performances. Should you require assistance, ushers are stationed at the top and bottom of each row. Refreshments will be offered in the Panther Pit cafeteria during intermission, and we encourage you to take advantage of the opportunity and have a snack while enjoying performances by the choir and guitar ensembles. On stage now are the young men and women of the symphonic band. Richard Saucedo is one of the most well-known and performed contemporary and wind band composers. Based of Jingle Bells, Dashing Through the Snow is a fast, merry romp full of excitement and musical tricks. And now, sit back, relax, and herald in the holidays with us as we begin tonight's show. Under the direction of Mrs. Rebecca Hammock, please welcome to the stage the Southside High School Symphonic Band as they perform Richard Saucedo's Dashing Through the Snow. The 12 Days of Christmas is a classic carol sung by children, families, and even Jeff Foxworthy every year. Yet many find the idea a bit confusing. What are the 12 days of Christmas? It might seem unbelievable given that the Christmas creep now begins before Halloween, but the actual Christmas season starts on Christmas Day itself. That's right. December the 25th marks the official start of the 12 days of Christmas. The Christmas tradition that shares its name with a relentlessly stick-in-your-head Christmas carol. Here are a few things you may not know about the song and the season. 12 Days of Christmas is the period in Christian theology that marks the span of time between the birth of Christ and the coming of the Magi, the three wise men. It begins on December the 25th, Christmas, and runs through January the 6th, the Epiphany, sometimes called Three Kings Day. The 4 weeks preceding Christmas are collectively known as Advent, which begins 4 Sundays before Christmas and ends on December the 24th. Performing that most infamous of all carols, please welcome the students from the Southside Actors Guild and the 12 Days of Christmas.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. Day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens.
I am French and I'm feeding my hen bread.
2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens,
Still feeding him bread.
2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens,
Get this bread, gamers.
and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese a laying. be a part of it, New York. Seven swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 friends. I got a family and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love came to me. 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, Chicago, Chicago, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love came to me. 11 harpers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing. Thank you. Next. 8 maids a milking.
Won't tell you we need another bucket.
7 swans a swimming. 6 geese a laying. 5 golden rings. 4 calling birds. 3 French hens.
You think I'm nice? You're wrong.
2 turtle doves. Partridge in a pear tree. Bring it on! The 12th day of Christmas, my true love came to me. 12 drummers drumming. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. 11 pipers piping. 10 lords leaping. 9 ladies dancing. 8 maids a milking. 7 swans are swimming. 6 geese a laying. 5 golden rings. 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. And a partridge in a pear tree.
Never quite heard it done like that. That was very cool, very creative. Jazz is a beautiful and uniquely American form of music. Nowhere else on earth could it have originated. There is tremendous variety in jazz, but most jazz is very rhythmic, has a forward momentum called swing, and uses bent or blue notes. You can often hear call and response patterns in jazz, in which one instrument, voice, or part of the band answers another. Jazz can express many different emotions, from pain to sheer. So many of the now classic Christmas and holiday songs that we listen to each year came from the 1930s and 40s, when jazz enjoyed its time as America's pop music. Performing now, would you please welcome the Southside High School Jazz Band.
for you tonight. This time of year has so many wonderful tunes, so there's a lot of different things to choose from this time of year to pick pieces to select and play for you. But probably every kid's favorite, mine too, Jingle Bells. So this is just a little different treatment of this, dashing through the snow with a bit of a swing feel. We hope you enjoy. How about one more round of applause for the jazz
Didn't they do a great job? One more round of applause. Based on 2003 blockbuster film by the same name, Elf the Musical, premiered in 2012 on Broadway to very favorable reviews. scored by Matthew Schuyler, lyrics by Chad Beguilan. Elf is the charming story of an adopted elf named Buddy, who is raised in the North Pole, goes to New York, eats spaghetti, works in a shiny mailroom, and eventually saves Christmas. First made popular by Amy Spanger, please welcome our Actors Guild President, Miss Rachel Bonner, as she performs Never Fall in Love with an Elf. To welcome choirs from both Southside Elementary and John Jones. Up first, please give a big round of applause for the Southside Shining Stars and their director, Mrs. Holly Knowlton, as they perform Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree and Winter Wonderland. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shining Stars! A Christmas carol referred to a piece of vocal music in carol form whose lyrics center on the theme of Christmas or the Christmas season. Many of the famous carols which we know and love have tunes that come from as far back as the 16th century, when dance and folk tunes were repurposed with lyrics concerning the birth of Christ or the 12 days of Christmas. Western culture's proud tradition of communal singing and caroling has long enriched the holiday season, especially in America. Please welcome to the stage the combined elementary school choirs of Southside and John Jones as they lead us all in a medley of 7 Christmas carols, lyrics to which may be found in your program. Arranged by James Plohar, we invite all those who wish to stand and join us in singing a Christmas carol sing-along. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shining Stars, the Joyful Juniors, and the Symphonic Band.
She's right there, probably in the red. I miss my penis.
gentlemen, let's have one more round of applause for these tremendously talented young musicians and their directors, Mrs. Holly Longwood, Mrs. Kelly Page, and Mrs. Rebecca Hammett. Right. This concludes the first half of tonight's show. Before we break for intermission, we want to let you know that hot chocolate and cookies, woo, right, whoa, are being sold in the Panther Pit cafeteria. And that's down the hall to the left of the auditorium doors. There are also restrooms there located by the cafeteria down the main corridor of the school as well. Also, a reminder that we are collecting donations for Toys for Tots. Representatives from the Marine Corps and the Marine Corps League will be accepting those as well during intermission and our second act. If you have not already done so, please make your donations in the lobby during intermission. During this brief recess, please enjoy performances by both the high school choir and guitar ensembles. The show will continue in about 15 minutes. So let's enjoy intermission.